Welcome to The Authentic Life with KL, the podcast where we throw out the rule book, where we dive in head first to the real and raw, unapologetic journey of living the best life. That includes lots of music. This is your go-to space for empowerment, for deep healing and owning your authenticity like the boss that you are. We're here to break down walls and slay self-doubt. Vibe to the soundtrack of your soul. With every beat and lyric, we'll move through stories that heal and empower. You can live your fullest and most badass life. Welcome to The Authentic Life with KL. This episode of The Authentic Life with KL is brought to you by Break the Silence, a nonprofit created using music as a platform to raise awareness for mental health, suicide prevention, and recovery of all kinds, offering hope and starting the hard conversations to bring communities together. Hey guys, it's Kitty. Today I have with me Jordan Caparell. He is the singer of REdEFINed, and he also does bits of co-hosting with The Loud Spot as well. So you need to listen to that too.
Yes.
So welcome in.
What up? I also do this little emo rap stuff, Sleep Deprived, under that. It's
nice.
Yeah, a little tidbit about that too. I've only got one song out. It's nothing big.
That's
It's something I never planned on releasing, honestly.
Right. It just kind of took off.
Oh, yes.
So how do you know Sebastian? Because Sebastian and I don't even know how we met, but I was on the podcast a long time ago, and we randomly met and connected. So how
That's
did you guys
super
meet?
wild.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you
Yeah.
how we came to be friends and stuff like that. But I was on the podcast under REdEFINed years ago. And then I was on there 2 or 3 times as just a guest and stuff like that. And then they lost all their co-hosts and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was the last episode I was on before I became a co-host. They were talking about it and stuff. And I was like, guys, when do y'all film? What's up?
Right.
I'm born to talk. I don't shut up. And
Yeah.
I was like, so what do you want me to do? And I was like, let's do this. And so it's just been ever since then. So I want to say I've known him 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Surprising.
Yeah. I love that. I don't really know actually how him and I met, but I know I saw you at the concert. And then I think shortly after that concert, I saw that you were going to be a co-host. And I was like, that's so weird.
That is
I just
wild.
now know how, so it's kind of funny how that all turned out. So
it's a small world.
It is. You guys go check that out. It is called The Loud Spot. So how have you been doing?
I've been well. I've been
Good.
as good as can be. Working a lot, writing music a lot. That's been the main thing. The past couple months, it's just been writing.
Nice.
And recording.
That's always a process.
Oh yes, it's a lot.
So I am gonna just jump in on when I saw you guys, you had a very, very powerful stage performance, and that is where us people who love music go to kind of when the world is heavy. Where do you go when the world gets heavy? What do you do?
I tend to let it all out on stage. Honestly, that's my therapy, and I've said it at a bunch of shows. I usually have this. I try to have somewhat of what I'm gonna say when I'm up there. But every time it's always from the heart, from the head, I don't ever write it down and have I have a general basis of what I'm going to say, but it's always from that. So but I've said it many times that it's therapeutic for me to get up there and holler, and band practice is great for me every Sunday. Yeah. But when we're out there at shows, I let everything out. That's why our show, as you said, is the way it is, because that's our chance that we all let it out. We've watched all our heroes do it this way, you know, and we just can't stand still. So that's my therapy right there, as a stage.
Yeah, no, I love it. It does. The energy is really amazing, and it's loud and I won't say obnoxious. It's just loud and in your face.
It's aggressive, it's aggressive. For us to not be talking about hitting you and stuff. We're because we're all about love. But we're super aggressive.
That's what I was going to say. At the same time, you're so very gentle about it. If that's not opposites right there, you're
it's
very gentle
weird.
with it. Yeah, no, it's great. What inspires you from life?
Man, that's a deep question. Pain, a lot of that. Just and it's not like my brain, as many other people's do. It's not just me. Like, just works weird. Just past, not trauma. I guess it is kind of, but like past things that have happened. I dwell on things a lot. Like I
Yeah.
overthink constantly. And
I'm an
so
overthinker.
yes, I constantly like.
Or replay. I replay
Yes, I
things.
replay situations in my head. I
Yeah.
have fake arguments. I have fake conversations. Not like, oh, what are you doing? Not like mental, but like almost to the point. Like, it's it, it's weird, man. Like, the inspiration comes from all over, whether it's a good day or a bad day.
Yeah.
But usually, it's just it's another way I let it out when it comes to the whole writing thing. Is like if I get
Yeah.
too worked up on myself or too overthinking, I try to write down. I got my notes, like my note section on my phone. When I get to overthinking, I'm like I start typing it out, like just trying to get it out there in some kind of way, and I'll use it for inspiration later.
Yeah, I think that those of us who, I guess I'll use the word more aware of our overthinking and more, I
It
guess,
took years. It took
yeah,
years to become aware of that.
it does. But don't you often feel like there really is two people, not like schizophrenic two people, but like there's two
Yes.
people because you're like, I have this emotion and the human emotion and I'm losing my shit.
Yep.
And then it's like, you really know what to do.
Yes.
Why aren't
Is
you doing it? I
take
could
a
tell
step back and
everyone.
calm down. Like
Yeah.
left brain, right brain. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I could tell everybody else what to do, but leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, I can give you
Let me
all
do
the
my
info. Yeah, I can give you all
thing.
the rights and
Yeah.
wrongs, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, I feel that. I do. Oh gosh, have you had specific moments in your life where music has been that lifeline for you?
Countless times. No matter what anybody says, I think one of like I listen to sad music when I get sad.
Hmm.
Like it's like it helps me more. And if you can think of this, one of the saddest bands out there, probably Blue October.
Yes.
I remember listening to them heavy in depression. Like I'm pretty sure I was going through some girl troubles at the moment or something. And but like and it just weight of the world problems in general. And I remember Blue October helping me out a whole lot. Like as lame as that might sound to some people,
Yeah.
because I know that a lot of people give them flack. I love them. I love them
Yeah.
to death. They're so
They're
good.
really deep. I mean, they're very deep with their lyrics. And
That
I
dude is a
know,
phenomenal songwriter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people, usually they're like for Blue October or against Blue
Yep.
October.
There's
You
like
either
no in
love them or
between.
hate them.
No,
Yeah,
no in between. It's
yeah,
like it's too sad for me, and I'm like, it makes me feel
yeah.
better.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And you know what? People go there to their shows and hug it out and cry it out and they feel seen and they feel heard and it
Oh,
changes their life.
we
So,
went and saw Citizen Soldier.
yeah.
He's huge on mental health, right? And
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, that you could like smell the tears in the building while they were playing. Like it
Yeah.
was hard. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like we got my wife got VIPs, and like so we got to meet him, and like this dude, this was one of the coolest things. We were just standing off to ourselves because like we're not one of those types of people. Just because I've been in music so long, I'm not one of those people that like runs up to people. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, gotta have your autograph, gotta have your picture, gotta do this. I'm just not
Yeah.
that guy, and
Yeah.
she's not that girl. And but he come up to us and was like, y'all okay? Y'all need anything? Everything all right? And then like he performed like two songs that he wasn't going to perform on the set, and like the room was already in tears like that, and they hadn't even started the show, and like they're deep. That guy's really good at what he does. He's also
Yeah.
like
I think he's a psychologist, isn't
yeah,
he?
yeah, and so he's in the
Yeah.
right profession, both of them, the
Yeah.
music and psychology.
Yeah, because I love that. And that's part of the reason why I started the podcast. And I actually talked to Sebastian about it forever. I was like,
Yeah,
should I start? What do I do? What do I do? And he's like, just do it, just do it,
yeah,
just do
just go
it.
for it.
And I was like, there is this big link, and it's music has been such a saving grace for me on so many levels. And so I was like, why no one really talks about that? When they do, it's like a lot of the musicians I've talked to, they're like, no, we don't really talk about that because then you get a bad rap for this or a bad rap for that, and just different
Man,
odds and ends,
bad rap me out. I'll talk about it till I'm dead. Like
right?
I'll stand on this hill every day.
Yeah,
Like I want, like as a musician, for me, what it is for me and is like, I want to make people feel how I felt when I heard like Bring Me the Horizon for the first time, or like Blue October, or Brand New, or like just all these bands that I can think of in my childhood, or even we'll go back to Metallica and stuff like that. Like, I mean, just that they don't really sing about depression and shit, but I just want people to feel something. I guess I want to save somebody like it saved me. Like, I feel like I owe that. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. I wish I could turn off for sure.
No, I love it. I mean, I'm not a musician by any means, but that's why I'm doing the podcast. Kind of otherwise was a huge, saving grace for me with some stuff I went through. And it's like, this is a way for me to give back, for some of the stuff I went through. Yeah. You get it out and you give people space to tell their stories. And sometimes that's all that they need. But I love at concerts because it's not just the music. It's often the community as well. Everybody that's there speaks the same language. They need to hear those same words as well. Exactly. So I think that that's a beautiful part about it.
It is.
So let's see. I want to dive into some of your music.
All right.
Can we do that?
We can.
We can. So
most definite.
I listen to your music and things like that, but when we're going to have you on the podcast, I kind of listen to it with different, not just like screamings, like trying to dissect it a little more.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk to me about Dead Boy?
Dead Boy? For sure. That's like that's honestly, that was like my first kind of like dive into almost like social media and stuff. Like my first kind of song about that. It's off our first album, and like we were still kind of new to like making this work, I guess. But with that song purely, it's like the opening lines, they all want to see your downfall. Like these people, there's some people, don't get me wrong, there's some people on social media that are there for you, that are truly there for you. But then you got these weird ass people that won't like your stuff. They won't comment on it. They won't share it. They won't do anything. Even if you ask them, like recently I've been getting paid for my Facebook stuff, and I've been asking people, almost begging them to just give me a like. All you got to do is, dude, you pick up your phone and you go, oh, there's that asshole Jordan. Boop. That's it. Yeah. That's all you got to do is hit like, and they refuse to do it. And it's like, why are you here? Yeah. Why are you on this? And so that's another thing that with Dead Boy, it's like, no, they're here only to watch you. They're not here to help you. They're not here to they're snakes almost, it's like, and I hate to, but then also you don't know if people are just busy with their lives. I have ADD, so I forget people. Like as weird as that sounds, like I don't have ADHD, thank God, because I'm not like hyperactive. Right. But like when I dive into something, I dive into it head first and I'm in it. But like days will go by, like, and I'll forget to message my best friend, and I'll be like, and he'll hit me up like, "What are you doing, asshole?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," or he'll message me, and 2 days will go by before I get back to him, and it's just like, and so like I understand that, but like when I can see the engagement, like that's something that's messed me up with social media. When I can see the engagement of who sees this, why are you here? Are you here to watch me freak out? Like, is that what you want me to do? You want me to melt down and break down? Because you'll never see that. You never will. That is only going to happen offline. That'll never happen live. Ever. You will, no matter what, no matter what kind of day I'm having, you're not going to break me down in person. You're not going to see me. Yeah, I'll cry behind closed doors. I'll scream and shout and all this, but you're not going to see me do it. So like, if you're here for that, like if anybody ever sees this that's from my Facebook and is here for that, you're never gonna get it. You're not going to. Yeah. But that's what Dead Boy's a lot like, because it's like, give me more. That's what they want. Give me more. Spill your guts. Like just some of the words from it. Like that's what they want. They want you to spill it out. They want you to give them all this. They want you to give them more, and they'll take it and just for granted. I've
had experiences over the past, say, 5 years. I'll have people that I'll interact with, and then no longer of whatever choosing, they won't anymore, but they still are there, and they're still watching, and they're still like,
I almost made a post about this the other day. I was like, what? Like I've lost, like, since I've been in REdEFINed, we used to have like you see people at these shows, I see you face to face. I say, what's up? I hug you. I say, I love you, because anytime people leave at a REdEFINed show, we're like, I love you. Have a good, even if we barely know them, it's like, love you. Have a good night. Be safe. If that's like the last thing we say to them. And so I've seen these people. And so that's another thing. It's like, I've lost people over the years, but like they stick around. And I'm like, why, if you're not going to be here, like even on social media where it's just a free like, why are you still here? What is this? What
And don't
are
you
you
have
watching?
something better
Yeah,
to do than like
exactly.
watch? Because I'm gonna keep going, but
That's where the overthinking comes in, because like
I
they probably forgot about us, That's all it is, and we're just like, what is your problem, Like but they forgot, they just don't even
yeah.
remember, and we're
Yeah.
overthinking. I get it.
Yeah, no, I know. And I have a community that I work with, and we talk about mental health and all different kinds of things. And, we'll laugh sometimes about it because we're all similar. Like, well, you saw your message and you didn't text me back. You must hate me now. You must
Yeah,
never want to be friends again. You just don't even care if I
friendship's over. I
exist.
knew it. You don't even like me.
It's so crazy how our
That's
brains
real.
are so crazy. It
It's
is
real.
though, right?
It is
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I have
It's
to I have to talk myself off ledges
yeah.
many times, like metaphorical ledges a lot. Like,
Yeah.
because I'll be like, I used to be real bad, because I'm not one of those people. The last time I had some real beef with somebody, I took that shit to Facebook, I tagged them, and I was like, you got a problem? I'm right here publicly calling you out. And
Yeah.
it's still on my Facebook to this day, even though me and this
Yeah.
guy have squashed our beef,
Yeah.
but that's how, and like, so I've since then
Yeah.
I've had some growth, and like I
Yeah.
want to say this is probably about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and I realized I could have caused the band harm with that,
Yeah.
just fly, because like we all have Ninja Turtle tattoos,
Yeah.
and I'm Raphael, because I'm a hothead. Like if something in band chat, they'll be like, hey, this happened, and I'll be like, fuck this, and they're like, chill out, and so
Breathe.
yeah, so I have to do that a lot, talk
Yeah.
myself down a good bit. I have to step back from the
Yeah.
situation and be like, look, maybe they just forgot, like that. It's back to that.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of that recently,
Yeah.
mentally. It's
Yeah.
like, people just forget, they have lives. I get it. I have a life. I forget people. Why can't they, and I hope
Yeah.
that's what it is. I hope that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think a large majority of it is we're just conditioned to thinking our life, is very important, and our lives are. But
Yes,
other people have
to
lives that
ourselves.
are important as well.
Yes, yes, and it's hard to do. And plus, and back to social media on this, are
Yeah.
the attention spans.
Yeah.
That's another reason people forget people. If we're not in your face, like people forgotten redefined, is because the last time we put out new music was 2 years ago almost.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a long time in the music world.
Yeah. It is.
You got to have a new song out every 2 weeks nowadays.
Oh
Like,
yeah, especially with how everything is
and
nowadays. It's
God
all
forbid they
yeah.
be over 3 minutes long. If you have a song over 3 minutes, you forget it. They're not listening to that all the way through. I can barely
That's
get my
so
wife to
true.
listen to one of my songs all the way through.
I get that. I do that on the radio sometimes because
Oh,
I go from the '80s and I'm like, oh my God, this song goes on
I get
forever.
it. Yep, yep. There's a song by Metallica, bringing them back up, that's like, I didn't
Yeah.
realize was 9 minutes long, and after 6 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. Like, we can skip on.
No, I know. It's so
Yes.
funny. Oh, no, it's true. It's true. And out of sight, out of mind. I'm ADD too. And so
Yep.
a lot of times I'm like, I'm going to do that, but please, for God's sake, remind me because I'll forget. Like
Please.
there's,
Yes.
I will. It's
Don't
not
take it
personal.
don't take it personal at all. Please just
No.
remind me, because this brain
Yeah.
does not always
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Don't feel bad to remind me because sometimes I'll be
Yes.
like, well, I feel bad bugging. No, please
No,
do it.
bug me,
Please do
because
it.
I'm thinking about something that happened in 1980, 88,
I'm
something.
playing out every scenario
Yeah.
that could ever happen.
I remember this time I slipped in the mud in 1997 in front of everybody,
Yeah,
cringing.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. So, what about your song, This Is Fine?
That's like, to this day, except for the new stuff, because since it's new, of course it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think This Is Fine is one of my favorite songs. Like,
Yeah.
it's got like the aggressiveness with the hollering and screaming. It's got the little pretty singing part. It's got the little rappy part. It's just,
Yeah.
it's like, it's not only a good song to me, it just like envelops what we are as a band. Everything that we can do, we do in that song, but it's also one of my favorites because like I get to go out, and like the first thing I say, like, usually one of the first things I say on stage is like, we're gonna party, because we do have a song called Let's Party.
I know.
And that's our biggest one.
Yeah.
Yes. And see, that's the motto, and that's our biggest
Yeah.
hit to this day.
Yeah.
And so I'm always like, at one point I'm like, I gotta say it. I'm like, we're gonna, like I said, I try to keep it on the same schedule.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we're gonna party. I was like, but first we're gonna talk about some real shit.
Yeah.
And so it gives me a chance to be like, look, we're having a great time right now.
Yeah.
And you can fake it right now because you got the music, you got the people around you, you can fake it. I was like, but when you get in your car and you go home and you got to wake up the next day, and I don't want to, I try not to bring people down because
Yeah.
but real life, the show ends and you got to go home. But
It's true.
and when I first wrote the song, I always say this as well. When I first wrote it, I would always say I've lost 13 people in my life to suicide,
Mm-hmm.
and and now within the past couple months, I have to say that we've lost 14 since I've written it because Dropout Kings, Adam Ramey,
Mm-hmm.
we went on tour with them and Il Nino a year ago, probably maybe a year and a half, something like that. But like we were out there for a week with those guys, and like that's not a long time to be on the road for sure. But like we knew Adam before; he had helped. I remember having a video chat with him one time with all the guys sitting in the band room, and he was like helping us grow on YouTube and stuff and all this, kind of like mentoring us. And then like we got a tour with him for a week, and like and then if you look at Dropout Kings, if you looked at them, they were so like I'm gonna get emotional about this. They look, even if they weren't huge, they were touring in Europe, they were touring USA, they were everywhere. They were all over. They're on Sirius XM radio, which is huge for a band because it is fucking impossible to get on there as a new band. It is so hard. I've offered them money. Like I've written emails like, do you need money? What do you need from me? But like Dropout Kings was doing it. They were what I want to be as a musician. They were, excuse me, they were where I want to be. They don't have day jobs really because they were out touring. They were on the grind all the time, and they looked huge, and they looked like they were doing it, and they were so happy. And then I heard he died, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard it, I know that Adam liked to party, and I thought it was overdose. I'm not gonna lie. I knew he liked to party. And then when I found out it was suicide, that fucked me up because like he had it like he had a newborn child, he had a beautiful family, he had a band that was killing it, like touring with anybody from fucking Il Nino and Dropout King or Head PE, huge bands. Like who else did they go out from Fire Within or something? I can't remember the name of it, but they've been out with huge names. They were doing huge things, and it's sad to hear about that. And so like, but that song gives me a chance to let people know. I'm trying to circle it back because I got lost on that.
No,
But
you're good. You're good.
Adam fucked me up with that for real. And so like, it sucks because like but I want to let people know that's the chance in the show where I'm like, look, it is okay to not be. I speak for men's mental health because I'm a man and that's what I know. I always say when I say that, I'm like, no offense to the ladies. I was like, but this is all my brain knows is being a dude. And and if I can't provide for my family, if I can't do this, I feel like I ain't worth shit. And that brings and like we think about that as like not just as men, women do it too. Like it's not, and so it just gives me a chance to break that whole because everybody's having a good time and partying, but I also want to let them know that we see you. We feel like we go through this just because I'm up here having fun. There's been times I've been on that stage and I'm like, look, I didn't even want to fucking be here tonight. Like, and this is my favorite thing to do. And I was in bed up until like there was one night recently. I was not myself. I got to the show late. I laid on the couch in the back green room and slept. I got on stage for our set. I got in my car and I left afterwards. And I don't ever do that. And it was just one of them nights. I had to let people know, like, just because you see me up here having fun doesn't mean I'm not battling up here. Like, and I try to be evident about that. And I want my kid to know that because like I said, Adam Ramey was on top of the world. It seemed like, but apparently it was not okay. And that sucks. Because like, no matter what you say, people are like, I hate to say this too, but like, no matter what, people are going to do what they want to do. Like,
absolutely.
But I will talk till I'm blue in the face. If it helps a little bit, if it keeps them alive for another minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah,
sure.
I agree. I think that, well, and to touch on the men's mental health, I have in the group that I have some veterans in my group, and then several men that are in the group.
Hardcore dudes.
Yeah, and
Yep.
they sure as hell do not talk about emotions and shit like that, especially with women. It's,
Yeah.
they will open up a little bit to me, but there is a huge missing link on men's mental health.
We
I
got to be manly men. We got to work on
Yeah,
cars and know how to build
yeah,
fences and shit. And I'm 38, just learning how to do this shit. I've never been a
yeah,
manly man, but
yeah,
I also like my wife hates it. She'll be like, "You all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I'm good. I'm fine.
yeah.
And like, I'll be like,
Yeah.
just going crazy.
Yeah, it's not something I think that there needs to be more of it, and that's actually something several of the different artists that I've had on the show, because it's been majority men, and several of them are like, there's just nothing there, so we write the music because we're told, this is how you have to be. And I've had
Yes.
a couple say, I said this earlier, but said that basically he was told not to write emotional songs.
Yeah.
You have to write only rock songs. So I do think there's this beauty within that vulnerability, like you getting up there and saying, like, my life sucks right now. I don't know why, but I don't really feel like dealing with this shit. I'm going to
Yeah.
perform and I'm going to go home. I think
Exactly.
more people understand that because it appears real, and
It
that's,
relates to people because
yeah,
everybody feels that. Even there now,
yeah.
there's some lucky crazy people out there that don't have these problems, and like that, good for them, great for
Well,
them, you know. But the ones that do have these
yeah.
problems, like it's mostly the people that come to rock shows and stuff. That's why they go to them.
Yeah, there's connection there. There's that. There is that there. That's for sure.
100%.
Why do you think that there is such a big connection between music and mental health? Why is that? I mean, it's just inherently connected. Why do you think so though?
I think it's something in the brain. It's definitely because like we're all would like just like how knitting or something like that could possibly be for someone, or I'm trying to think carpentry or something, like something like I can't do that, like I can't feel therapeutic doing things like that.
Right.
Like therapy really is been hearing other people's problems in a sense, or
Mhm.
maybe the song related to my problem, so it's almost like this is about me, like I feel this, like that's the main thing I think. And it's just crazy like how you can feel it in some songs that have nothing to do with any kind like mental health or any of that, but
Exactly.
there's one line in it that like makes you feel something. Like I don't, it's hard to explain,
Yeah.
like, but I couldn't tell you why. It's got to be
Yeah.
something. It's something in the brain, like just that tune that
Yeah, and
catches your
it's
ear.
ever evolving, I think, because myself, I could have, oh my gosh, this is my favorite song, and then I'll have something else happen in my life or something, and you hear the same song over, and then you're like, oh, I now get that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
uh, I
Or you'll
think,
fall out of a song, like you like it
yeah,
reminds you of something or
oh,
someone, and you're just like, fuck this song. Like I used to love it. I used to love this song.
yeah. So I think it's ever evolving, that connection that we have. It's beautiful, but it marks all these different milestones we have in our lives as well. So
It
it's
like
just
for
that,
it evolves with you. You're
yeah,
like your
yeah,
emotions evolve, you evolve as a person,
yeah.
and like the music, you find different music and stuff. Like I used to not be a huge country person because my mom blasted it, and there's like this revival going on now with country music, and I am for it. Like there's
Yeah.
some really good stuff out there, and I'm not a big country boy, even though I
Yeah.
sound like one. I sound like Butters and Biscuits.
I was not ever allowed to listen to country. My dad, he played Ted Nugent all the time. And
Oh, my
so,
dad would have loved him.
yeah, Ted Nugent. And then my mom was like Carly Simon. So it was like a little bit of a hippie and a little
Uh,
bit of this. I was
that's
the
awesome.
country, not,
Wasn't
but I
happening.
do, no, but I do love country. My mom's like, what's that crap even now?
Yeah,
She says it.
my mom would love it.
That's so fun. So what do you have coming up?
We haven't we just got finished. Let's see. Tomorrow will be 1 week. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Well, when this comes out, technically. But we just finished an album. or well, I just finished recording. They already had this written. They had 8 songs written and recorded for like 2-3 months now. And so I've just been like getting those down and stuff. And I think but we just got done with that. So we're waiting on mixing and mastering, which is just pretty much like I have the raws right now and they're pretty good like that. Like I'm kind of enjoying them like that, which is weird because I usually hate the raws. I don't, because like there's no effects on my vocals and stuff, which is like what you want live. Live is something different about a recording, but like when you record yourself singing live and you're like got the guitars and stuff, it's not great. It needs those. People don't realize when you listen to an album, you need those little effects and stuff like that. Because like when you get to an open room, like at a show, there's reverb naturally and stuff like that. And but like when you're on this, he's got such a like with this mic right here, it would just be like me singing the songs, and you're getting my raw voice with like this mastered guitars and stuff behind it, and it sounds terrible usually. But with these raws right now, I'm kind of impressed with them, happy with them, and I've gotten to the point now where I feel like I was the last album, not really the last album because I enjoy the last album. I still enjoy the music, but I was getting to a point where I was like thinking about what do I need to write for the people? And I was losing myself in that. Like I was trying like what do people like? What do people like? What are they going to relate to? And I was like, fuck this. I need to be myself like I was before on the other albums. I was like I'm overthinking again. And so even though I overthought and rewrote a whole song, or well, the verses for it. It was like the day before I was going to record, and I rewrote like 2 verses, which was like a lot of words, but I had to because I was like, this is not what I want to say. I'm saying this because I think people will like this, and I was like, that's not what I want to do. I'd rather, yeah. If I don't feel it, then are they going to like? I couldn't do it. And so we just finished that. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I'm really bad about exposing our news. This will be, I guess, the world premiere of it. January 10th at the Radio Room in Greenville, South Carolina will be our EP release. We have no video shot. The masters and mixes are not done, but we got a show set, we got a date set. So hopefully the EP's ready by then. So January 10th, it's for sure going to be out by then, I think. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to come out the same day as that because I believe that's a Saturday. And with this whole releasing of music, you need to do it on Fridays.
On Friday.
Yeah, so it'll probably be the 9th actually.
Okay.
So we do have a new album and that's
great.
So we'll have videos and all that.
Great. Are you guys going to do any touring with that album?
I hope so. God, yeah. I've missed it. I want to go back out with Blacklight. Yeah. I think that was one of my favorite tours. It was, and like, not to hate on them, it was not big crowds like Il Nino and Head PE and stuff, but it was just fun. It was just a good time. Those guys were awesome. And I want to tour. It's what I want to do. I hate taking time away from my family. Yeah. But also, like, I love being on the road and just like seeing new stuff and just, even though it's a lot of hurry up and wait on the road with this, I love it. And I want to get back out there. I want to see the people that we got in the Midwest. I want to see the people we got from Texas. I want, like, we've got people out there that want us to come back and this and that, and I just want to get back out there and show them the new stuff because, like, I feel like this new stuff really dives back into, like, it goes with This Is Fine, because, like, This Is Fine is probably the only real mental health song we got. And I want to say there's at least 3 on this one that are, like, we got one called Thoughts, and it's pretty much just me, like, everyday thoughts that I have, like, and that one is probably
in your notes.
Yes, exactly. That my notes helped me write this whole song. Like, it's there's a lot in that one. It's I don't even know if it could be released as a single technically because of what it talks about. Because, like, you can't even say suicide and stuff like that. No. Like, if you make clips for this, you're gonna have to bleep me out when it says that and put the word unalive. Like, it's so that drives me insane.
I've been not doing that, and I've been not doing that because we are going to be at the at a suicide awareness thing, and I want to continue doing. That's one of the things. One of my goals is to be able to it's hashtag my story matters is what we're
Yeah,
trying to get out
that's
to
cool.
people. And I'd like to do a show. I'm in Oklahoma, but
Yeah,
I'd love to do a show like in Nebraska or different areas that direction
for
next
sure.
year sometime, just for more
You should talk with Sebastian
awareness.
about. You should
Okay.
talk with Sebastian about something like
Okay.
that because um, Sam left the show recently,
Okay.
and him and Sam were in the midst of doing like a festival called the Mid Music America Festival, and that
Yes.
was kind of like NAM, which is a bunch of musicians meeting up, talking about the business, talking about gear, a lot of that.
Yeah.
And so I mean, if he could add something into that, or maybe wants to
Yeah.
do something with that, it might be, or
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
Rock the Equinox,
Yeah.
because I know he sponsors one of the stages there at Rock the Equinox.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah,
I just want to go out and make a difference, but music
for
again
sure,
is a huge part of that, and being able to let everybody know their story deserves, space. And
100%.
I think that's when healing starts, is when
There's
someone can
time
tell
for
their
it.
story. Yeah.
Even if you think there's not time for it, there's time
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
Somebody
there
wants to
always is.
listen.
Yeah, someone will listen, especially when they see themselves in you. I think
Yes.
that's the beautiful part about that.
Yep.
So, well, I have a couple, one more question, and then
All
we'll
right.
end here. I always end the show with the question of, if someone were to come to you and they were struggling, what's some words of wisdom you may give them that you've learned from the years?
I read this when you sent this to me earlier, and like I thought about it, and like my best piece of advice is like it's so simple and it's so cliche. I feel like, but it's like give it another day. You know, just give it another day. Give it a little time. Time heals all, and like I say that as someone like I don't know what people have been through, and like I know people out there have it way worse than me in a lot of situations. I'm thankful, I'm blessed for where I've been in this life, and like what is like the trauma that has happened to me has not been nearly as bad as others. I was never one of those people that had to have like money from my parents.
Right.
Like I've seen I grew up with people that had to work and give their money to their parents, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. People that were beat, like, I mean, I got my ass beat a lot. And sometimes it was a little over the top, like sometimes I deserved
Understand.
it, but there's definitely been some ones that were a little scary. And, but like, that's what makes you you, and just give it another day. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough and it's easier said than done uh by a long shot. I can sit here and just give you words all day. I can say it all
Yeah.
day, but I can't even make myself do it. Like if I could sit here and say, give it one more day, and then in my own self, like because it is a thought that still goes through, even though I have a family I love, a job that I love, a band that I love. There's still days where my brain is like, what is fucking wrong with you? Are you,
Yeah.
And so like, but I just got to you just got to step back from it. Like I said earlier, you got to step back and be like, this is my brain working against me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking too much about this. I need to just reassess the situation and go to sleep, maybe,
Yeah. I mean, our brain tells us all kinds of shit that is not, it's just not true. I mean,
makes up situations.
it's true. It makes up stories, and there's not all of it is true. The
But
worst
then
case
it's got all the
scenario,
stuff we need too.
I know. I know. That's where I say we're two people. We're always two
Yes.
people. We're like,
Yes.
I'm gonna go crazy, but then it's like, now calm down and breathe.
Yeah. We're just serotonin addicts at the
It's
end of the
true.
day.
It's true. It's
We're
true.
just serotonin addicts. Like we're just
Yeah.
like, what is the good thing I need to do to make my brain give me the good juice? Like,
Yes.
what do I have to do? I need to
It
go
is.
outside and cut grass. Okay, let's go. Like,
Yeah, it's just finding it. It's just
yeah,
finding it, really.
just that little bit.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on. It was great to talk to you.
I appreciate your message. I thank you for
Yeah.
having me.